Hey, Shalom. Uh, all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, first and foremost, and double honors to the apostles of GMS, okay, and um, and honors and salutations also to the brothers in this country in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in Babylon and all over the world, okay, prophesying this Bible, this truth of Heavenly Father in truth, all right. So this is GMS Living Waters, and we're just going to continue on what we did last week with Job, the 20th chapter, okay, which talks about Esau's destruction, which is you so-called white people. All right, we're reading your destiny, so to speak, or your like the brother looked up. We got a word here, your heritage, okay, because your true heritage, you so-called white people, which is called Edom. All right, your heritage and what you inherited is destruction. All right. That's your whole point of existence. You're the damn wicked, first of all. You're the devil. But your whole heritage, you white people, is that your destruction. You just inherited destruction. So that's what this chapter, the Job 20th chapter, really goes into. Starting with your elites. Okay, you Rothschilds, the rich banking families, Rothschilds, uh, um, the Bilderbergers, Rockefellers, okay? You people are the devil. You so-called white people are the devil, all right? And you can how do you know that? But all the destruction you caused upon the earth, the people, especially Israel, what you do to the foods, how your society is made up. You know that we can go on for days about it, but let's get right back into scriptures.
This is Proverbs 16:4, right? It says, "The Lord hath made all things for Himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil." Right, and that's the reason why He created the so-called white man was to ultimately was to destroy him. All right, and that's your lot. That's your lot's so-called white man. All right, your lot is to be destroyed by your whole kingdom by thermonuclear missiles and to be taken down by the people that you enslaved, which just so happen to be the Most High's chosen race. You know, so you were created, right? The wicked were created for that day of evil. That day of evil is the destruction of your whole society, man. Brought to you by ICBM missiles, the Lord's, the Most High's weapon, right?
Um, yeah, okay.
All right, this is let's start at 23. This is Job 20 verse 23. It says, "When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him."
Yeah, like we went over last week, all right, which we went into deeply the New World Order, all right, NWO, what the international backers, the elites, what they're pushing right now to set up their own society, so to speak, opposite of Yahweh Shema Shai, or opposite of you called God in Christ. All right, they're trying to set up a new system, which is really the foundation of that is not going to work without the chip, the RFID chip. That's the whole basis of the New World Order to chip everybody, all you cattle out there, you people, and and the chip, the RFID chip, is in the Bible. And guess what? It's the mark of the beast. All right, it's a sign of Satan. So this New World Order is really is marked and is really the mark of the beast. All right, which is goes into the chip. But anyway, the point is, it says when he's about to fill his belly, which is bringing the New World Order, the Most High says, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. Well, that's talking about the nuclear missiles, because the Lord has a righteous indignation, that's his fury and his wrath. Because when the Lord gets angry, it's righteous, because he's truth, he's ultimate truth. All right, so he's pure truth. So when he gets angry, it's in pureness, it's in its pure state, and his wrath, which is righteous, is those nuclear missiles upon the wicked. All right, because he's angry with the wicked. Scriptures say the Lord is angry with the wicked every day. That makes sense. Why? Because the Most High is pure and he's true. All right, so if you're pure, you're not going to like something that's impure. And the so-called white man is definitely an impure being, man, which is, in translation, another word is the wicked. Okay, and it's evident that nuclear missiles, man, are for real, and they're going to be used.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 21. It says, "Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds, as from a well drawn bow, shall fly to the mark." Right? And that's talk about those missiles, man. There's not going to be one missile that's going to go off target. There's not going to be one missile that's going to run out of gas and not make it to the shores of America or Babylon in the scriptures, man. It just tells you that every one shall hit its. Let me read it. It says, "As from a well drawn bow, they shall fly to the mark," and that mark, all those ICBM missiles, right, that are created, that mark, that target that is going to hit is America, man. That's why in Revelation it says there's going to be 200 million missiles that's going to pelt this place or rain on this place, America, man. Right? And then it says those right aiming thunderbolts shall go abroad, and it says, and from the clouds. And what clouds are those talking about? Those clouds are talking about those UFOs, man, or those chariots as it's depicted or as it's described in the Bible. Those chariots, right? Those chariots are going to do a lot of hurting on America too. They're going to be doing a lot of destruction simultaneously while they're delivering the elect of the nation of Israel. At the same time, they're going to be doing a lot of destruction here also, right?
I got a precept. It's Joel chapter 2, verse 7. I could read two verses, but I can't help it. I'll just start from one and just read through. Okay, but it's a precept to what you said. What'd you say? They're not gonna. Yeah. Yeah, all the missiles are gonna hit their or target their mark. So here is Joel. The points in 7, but I'll start from 1. It says, "Blow ye." Actually, can you read it?
It says, this is Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 21. Joel. All right. Joel 20 verse. What is it? 20. Oh, 2. This is Joel 2 and 1. "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain."
Yes, the trumpet is talking about the prophets, okay, and we're out there warning the people, like pertaining to Proverbs, the first chapter, Proverbs 1 and 20, warning the people, letting the people know that something's coming, because when a war breaks out, it's documented in your history books and in your history classes and all that. When people go to war, they sound a trumpet. Okay, just like in your good old stupid ass America, when they had the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, they had drums and trumpets and all that, and to sound the war. So we're supposed to sound the war. The prophets are the instrument to let our people know there's something coming, a war coming.
"Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand."
So I mean, that's plain. I don't got to go too much into it. So basically, the day is not roses, man. The day of the Lord is not a bunch of roses and pink unicorns and fluffy bunnies running around and flowers. All right, this is a day of. We'll read it again.
It says, "Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand."
Yeah, so it is nigh at hand. So, all right, plainly, the day of the Lord is destruction, and it's going to be devastating, man. All right, very devastating. All right, only even the elect, the righteous elect through the Spirit of the Lord. Scripture saying, Peter's, the righteous shall scarcely be saved, meaning they're going to be scared as hell too when they're being saved. So, man, the day of the Lord is pure destruction and wrath, and mostly upon America, man. All right.
And that's why when we go out there, man, the first thing you want to say is, "Oh, why do we curse, or why are we talking so rough?" Because we're approaching rough times, man. We're approaching serious times. It's not a thing to play around with, man. So when we deliver that message, yeah, it's gonna be harsh, It says, verse 2. It says, "A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness." as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even in the years of many generations. Right. It says, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness.
Yeah. So, let's talk about the aftermath, basically, of the nuclear destruction, of how gloominess and dark is going to be in those times. All right. Okay. And, yeah, metaphorically, the knowledge. Okay, in that time, you're not gonna your knowledge with the wisdom of this world. You're not gonna know what the hell's going on. Okay, because it's really gonna be the destruction of Yahweh Shema Shai, and you're gonna have no clue what's going on. So you're gonna be in gloominess and darkness. But I was also talking about the nuclear missiles too.
It says, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Verse 3 of
Let's talk about the nuclear missiles, okay? Because they're going to destroy all these nations, okay? Which mountains represents these nations.
it says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth.
Yeah. Once again, the nuclear missiles, okay? A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. All right? Which in the fire that devoureth before them is talking about basically like the warheads or the fire that's in the front of the nuclear missiles. All right? And obviously, what's pushing that missile is the fire, is the fuel, that the flame that propels the missiles. Okay? Because when they hit, even before they hit the ground, the missiles break up and blow up. The warhead explodes, okay, before it even hits the surface of the earth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got multiple warheads in the head, in the missile head, and yeah, right. This is verse 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them.
Yeah, meaning the Garden of Eden, which is synonymous with everything being perfect and everything is intact, everything is looking nice, business as usual. Cars are going up and down the street. People, holding hands, skipping down the street, having a good time. Everything's intact. So it's a simile to say the Garden of Eden, everything, because Garden of Eden was perfect.
And it says, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
Yeah. So and behind them, so before the nuclear missiles hit, right, everything was intact and perfect. But after that, or the aftermath, or behind them, right, it's a desolate wilderness. So everything was destroyed. That Joel is seeing the vision, what he's describing. So everything was desolate, wasted, destroyed. All right.
It says, yea, and nothing shall escape them.
Yeah, I mean that's plain. Nothing's going to escape. Look, this is not going to be the Book of Eli, when people are still roaming around and still alive and having conversations. You know what I mean? Still see agriculture and trees and leaves. Nah, man, ain't gonna be nothing around. Nothing shall escape. All right, not even Mad Max. What was the other one? With that dude who's in Lord of the Rings. The other movie, popular movie. Will come up. Basically any movie dealing with nuclear missiles, and then you see survivors. That's not going to happen. Okay.
Verse 4: the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horses, so shall they run.
Yeah. So when Joel's getting his vision, and this is a precept to what the brother brought out in Wisdom of Solomon, which we'll read again quickly. It says that the appearance of them is the appearance of horses and horsemen, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Meaning, when these nuclear missiles come, they're coming like a band of horses. Yeah, like a band of horses. Like how you see, just you go on Google or YouTube and just type in a band of horses running in the wild. That's how these nuclear missiles are going to come. All right, like all together, bunched up, and scriptures talk about thousands upon thousands of missiles are going to hit America, which is like, if you do the math, like 200 million missiles, man. All right, and they're gonna be just falling like rain, man. And that's all gonna be done by the Most High. So this place is gonna be, I mean, destroyed, man. All right.
Right. Verse 5, it says, like the noise of chariots on the tops of the mountains shall they leap. For like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array.
Yeah. So these chariots are gonna be very loud. All right. They shall leap very high, go very high, leap so high that when you look at the ICBM missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles, what do? They go up into the atmosphere in outer space and drop down to their target. So they're going to leap all right, okay, and devour everything that's before it, okay?
It says, where am I? Verse 6 now. Before their face the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness.
Yeah, so basically people are going to see it and you're going to be scared to death, man. All you people talking shit against the apostles of GMS, all you people talking shit against GMS itself, and of overall talking smack and playing mockery against Yahweh Shemai Shai himself, right? You scoffers in the streets, passing the camps, talking against brothers, man. You dummies are going to be there in the last day. You people out there in celebrity world and whatever, man. Everybody who's against this truth, you got something to say. When you in these times and you see these nuclear missiles about to be pelted on your forehead, man, you people are going to might even give up the spirit or die before it even hits ground, man. Because that's how scared you're going to be. Okay, that's what the scriptures that verse is talking about.
Right, it says, verse 7, they shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks.
Yeah, so that was the precept I wanted to break. That these missiles are gonna climb, they're gonna leap, they're gonna hit their target, man. All right, precisely. All right, not gonna be a nano a centimeter off or a millimeter off their target. Okay. And it says, and they shall not break their ranks, meaning nothing's going to stop these missiles, man, because the Spirit of the Lord is going to be behind these missiles. So they're not going to break off. They're not going to have a malfunction, all right? Yeah, run out of gas or some dumb shit or the battery dies, all right? It's going to hit the target. So you can read that precept one more time just to show the precept.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 5:21. Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds, as from a well-drawn bow, they shall they fly to the mark. Yeah, and that's talking about those missiles. All those missiles are going to hit its target, which is America. All those missiles from Iran, from Russia, from North Korea, all the even from Europe, man, even from NATO. Your so-called allies, they're going to all use their missiles. Those missiles were created for the destruction of Esau and his kingdom, which is America.
It says, neither shall one thrust another, or read that last part again. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded.
Yeah, it's like one's gonna bump in the missile, and it's gonna explode, and up there goes two missiles. With two down. No, all of them are gonna hit his mark. They're gonna be in. It said, Joel described the missiles in a battle array like horses. So they're all gonna come over here in array, in together, in formation. For what? To pelt this place called America. To pelt America, to destroy it off the face of the earth, to leave it desolate, and for it to be a memorial of not to go against the Most High and his people. Okay?
And it says, neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. and the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
It's a lot of meat right there. But it said it should go through the windows. It should go over the wall. Why? Because in Ezekiel, it talks about America being the place of unwalled villages, man. This place does not have a defense for all those missiles that are going to come over here, man. All right? And it said it should come in as a thief, right? Meaning there's not going to be anything to stop those missiles from coming over here. You about to say something? Right? And then what was the last part?
It says, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
Meaning all that wicked knowledge is not going to be able to deliver you from America's destruction, man. Right? And that first part is said what?
The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. It says, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble.
Right. The earth shall quake before him. Just like it tells you in Isaiah, it tells you the earth shall rock to and fro, man. When all those missiles, you just imagine all those missiles hitting on one place, on one target, everything is gonna go out. You know, it tells you the earth shall rock to and fro, meaning there's gonna be a lot of moving and shaking, man. Those missiles are gonna do a lot of moving and shaking here on the whole planet Earth, man. You know,
say something, and that's believable, man. Because once again, the scripture don't lie, man. Because if you look at I forget what it was called, man, but remember that show we saw on the atomic bomb? There was like documentary on an atomic bomb. You can see it on Netflix, whatever. You can find it easy, but just they went over the atomic bomb power and how powerful it was, you know. And when it went off, you could feel it in certain parts of the 25 miles away, even further. You know, you can see it from afar. You can see it from outer space in a satellite. All right, that's just an atomic bomb. Here it is. One nuclear missile is 20 times one atomic bomb. All right, one. And I can't even fathom what 200 million is. So that's why that makes that scripture true, because when these nuclear missiles hit, you know, we're talking about maybe quadruple times the atomic bomb power. I mean, you know, if it wasn't for the scripture saying that, I would think this part of Earth would be blown to pieces, man, because that's how powerful it's going to be. You know, but the scriptures say this place is going to be an example. You know, so it's going to be intact. But I mean, we're talking about this place is going to be blown out of here, man. You know, maybe a good 5-10 miles deep, blown out. You know.
Yeah, that's why in Revelation it describes it as a lake of fire, and you get the picture of why it's going to be a lake. It's going to be an actual sea, an actual lake of nothing but fire, man. You know. That's it. I'm gonna go back to Job, right? So this is Job 20. I'm gonna start at 24. It says, "He shall flee. He shall." Says, "He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through." Right, and that's going into what those nuclear missiles. All right. He's gonna try to flee from the iron weapon, but guess what? It tells you in Amos, though he dig a pit, guess what? The elect we're gonna go in there and get him. Though he go into space, guess what? We're gonna go there and get him. So there's not gonna be a way he's gonna escape destruction, man. Escape his slavery, all right? And those missiles are definitely gonna destroy this place called America, right? It says. And the bow still shall strike him through.
Which proves once again, let's talk about a nuclear missile, the bow of steel. You know, because these missiles, they look like arrows, and it's made out of steel, metal. All right?
It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh.
Which is talking about as silos. I believe that's how you pronounce it, silos, which is really like what holds the missiles. You can think of it as a quiver for a sword, you know, or a holster for a gun. All right, so these missiles are going to come out the silos, which that's what that's talking about.
The glittering sword cometh out of his gall, terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places.
Yeah, so all darkness shall be hidden in his secret places, meaning all the wickedness, all the evil that the so-called white man is about with his witchcraft, his demonic worship, his Satanism, his pure evilness and his wickedness is hidden in his secret places, meaning his secret societies and all that kind of stuff. All right.
It says, "A fire not blown shall consume him."
Yeah, a fire not blown shall consume him. Is talking about the fire that's going to destroy Esau is not going to be naturally made, because when you make a fire, you have to make it from like the ancient times, or not even now. If you're in the wilderness with flint, stone, and sticks, and you gotta kind of rub it together and make a fire naturally.
Blow on it. And you need to blow on it. It needs fire needs oxygen to be created, right?
Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah.
So the fire not blown shall consume it. So yeah, like we're saying, it's being naturally. Excuse me. It's not a natural made fire. It's not being blown, meaning how we made naturally.
It says, "It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle."
Yeah. So the fires that is not made naturally are the nuclear missiles. Okay, because that's it. Like it says in a few verses up above, the bow of steel shall strike him through. All right, that's what's going to kill the so-called white man in society. So these missiles, all right, Slack, it says, shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle, which is Esau's house, his heaven, his America, his establishment, his society, his system. These missiles are going to destroy all of that. All right.
Right. It says, "The heaven shall reveal his iniquity."
It says the heavens shall reveal his iniquity, which means his rulership. All right, and the prophets are part of that heaven too, meaning the spirit of the Lord is going to be on the prophets to reveal all the wickedness of the so-called white man, to reveal all his lies. Number one, Esau, the so-called white man, is saying that he's God himself. He looks like God. He's white. The Lord, he's white, or his name is Jesus Christ. Evolution lies, lying about who the real Jews are, lying about just all the lies that he's put upon the earth, saying that men and women could get married, his false philosophies, all the false religions he made. All right, and his heaven shall reveal his iniquity. That's really is talking about the Israelites, the prophets revealing all the wickedness of Esau.
All right, verse 27. "The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him."
Yeah, and the earth. And if you won't speak,
Yeah, that's the earth. That's going into what the other nations, right? The like the Russians, just like I mentioned before, NATO. You got Iran, North Korea, all those other nations that have nuclear capability. They're gonna use it. Really, with the Most High allowed to get nuclear capability, they're gonna use it against Esau and his kingdom, and use it against America to make it desolate. It says, verse 28, "The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath." And that's all the wealth, just like it was going to earlier, all the wealth, all those years and centuries that it took for you to attain all your increase, right? All your wealth, especially you Rothschilds, because they purposely because they know about reincarnation, so they want to keep their wealth in the family, so when they come back again in that same line, they know they're going to be well off, right? So all those centuries of planning and stealing, all that is going to come to naught, man. Let me get a precept.
Yeah, like the brother was saying, yeah. Well, like the scriptures say, yeah, all that's going to come to naught, man. All your increase that you've been robbing all the other nations, stealing all the mineral resources of today's time and present time right now, all the way of stealing Israelites' prized possessions, man. Going way back when, all right? Breaking down the temple, stealing everything out the temple, because the Rothschilds still got valuables of Israel, man. Artifacts they don't reveal to the world, and all the way on to today,
This is
increasing in wealth through slavery, man, through the blood, sweat, and tears of not paying and taking people against their will into slavery. You know that you really got rich off of that. You know that's how America became great. I mean, if you hire somebody, don't pay them for goddamn your whole lifetime. You hire, you start a company and you got 50 employees and you don't pay them for 40. The whole time you're alive, you making a lot of money, man. And slaves were in slavery for 400 years. All right, well, back then 200 something years. Well, a long damn time, 200 something years.
Just a quick stat on that slavery, man. In the beginning of slavery, when they had Jake in those cotton fields, they were getting 1,000% return, man, 1,000% profit. Meaning they put $1, and all they had to do was feed us a few times a day.
And it was nothing but leftover shit anyway.
Right, some leftover bullshit, right? Their returns were 1,000% interest, man. So that means they put in $1 and they get $1,000, man. They invest in just in a figure to be understandable, right? They put in $1. That means they get it back 1,000. So that's how the foundation of America was created, man. That's why we say off the backs of the so-called Negroes, man. 1,000% interest, man. So they didn't pay for that.
And not to get confused, it's 400 years of slavery, which you're still doing now. But I'm talking about like with chains and all that. That was roughly about 200 some years, 1620 up until like when the slaves were free in 1800 or something like that. But we're still in slavery.
And Esau's so wicked, they put his own people in slavery, right? So, because if you have a Social Security card, guess what? You're a slave. So this is Ezekiel 7:19. It says, "They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord." Right, and that's talking about all that wealth that you damn elites have, and that goes down to the regular peon, average six-pack Joe people that are well off in the society. But really, the elites of the society that have attained all that wealth, guess what? That's not going to deliver you. That's not going to help you when these chariots come over there, beam you up, right, and prepare you for slavery. That's not going to save you in that day, man. In the day of the Lord's wrath. That's talking about the day when the Most High is going to destroy America and enslave the Edomites. Well, or enslave all nations, but primarily the Edomites, because you're going to go through the real brunt of slavery. All right, this is Job, what was that, 26? 27? I was at 28. Yeah, I'll read 28. This is Job 20 and 28. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath.
Yeah, so like we plainly just described, yeah. All right, all that increase of wealth that you have is just going to go away in a matter of seconds, man, with those missiles,
All those houses and buildings that you got your name on it, and your forefather's name, all those buildings that you erected, they got down there, I think in New York City, they got Columbus, on a horse with the slaves around him, right? All that, it took you all those years to build it. Guess what? In 1 hour, it's going to be all destroyed, Verse 29, it says, "This is a portion of the wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him, by the Most High."
Now you had a word you wanted to bring out, right? Yeah, so that's the last verse, all right, which sums up you damn devils, all right, you so-called white people, about your whole your destiny, okay? So we're the what do you call them? What do you call those guys? Palm readers, or what? I don't want to say that, but we're the ones giving you your future, man. All right, given by the Spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, and it says here clearly that this is the portion of a wicked man from the Most High. So this is what your whole existence of you being the wicked, you being the devil that you are. Talk about you white people, starting with you elites. This is your portion. This is your lot, or this is your position in this world, all right, that the Most High made you the wicked, all right, and he made you for destruction, all right, and it says, and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High. So the brother's going to bring out the word heritage and how that applies to you in this scripture to Esau, the so-called white man.
Right. Basically, the word in the Hebrew is called, it's Nakhala, which which pretty much is basically like a synonym or another word for portion, right? The word means possession, property, inheritance, portion.
Yeah. So this is what the Most High made you. This is your portion. You know, your what was it say? Your inheritance. What else he say? Oh, your share. This is your share. You know.
Yeah, so this is basically going all the way back to Cain and Esau when he came back. Esau, his blessing, the blessing was for him to have rule for a short period of time, but he was ultimately he was going to be under servitude under Jacob because it tells you that the elder shall serve the younger, right? That elder, the one that came out first, was Esau. You damn crackers, you damn white people, and the younger is Jake, the Israelites. You so-called niggers, Latinos, and natives, man. So ultimately, this whole chapter is breaking down Esau, right? Because it tells you in the Bible dictionary that Edom or the people is a place of great future judgment, and that great future judgment is gonna come via those nuclear missiles, right? And the people are gonna get, and the people's judgment, the people of Edom is gonna be hardcore slavery, you know.
Yeah. Gun. So you know that basically that's your portion, and that's one of my favorite scriptures, Job the 20th chapter, man, because it just gives the whole history, or excuse me, future prophecy of not history but prophecy of what's going to be happening before you stupid ass or Edomites, man, you so-called white people, all right, and like we said, like the scripture says, you know, this is all given to you by the Most High, your destruction. This is what your whole purpose is, all right, and like I always try to how I like to explain or to make it known that this is the Most High's theater. He's the one who wrote this whole thing what's going on right now, which his chosen people, the other nations, everything that you see here, the wicked, and this is his story. He wrote this. He's the creator of this movie, you know, and in a movie, which I'm in the movies a lot, and a lot of brothers are, you have to have you know characters, you know what I mean, and you can't. A character can't look at the narrator, or excuse me, not the narrator, or the writer, or the author, and say, "Look, you know, he doesn't know. He's just someone that the author has just written out." And you have your hero in your whatever you write, and you have your anti-hero. You have the background people. You have people who have their positions, and the Most High has just chosen the so-called white man to be the wicked. Or somebody has to play the devil, and that's you. All right, and somebody has to play the righteous, and that's the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and then somebody has to play the savior, which is Yahweh Shai. All right, so everybody has their position, and you know, really everything's for Yahweh Shai. Okay, so anyway, you know that's that, and you damn devils, all right, which the Most High wrote, you're gonna be destroyed, man. You know, and anything else he's got to say, and with that, shalom.